Title: The Heart of the Hostel. Anna had always dreamt of living in the vibrant heart of America, where the city lights seemed to never dim, where the excitement of independence beckoned, and where she could finally break free from the cocoon of her hometown. She arrived at her college in New York City with a sense of adventure, ready to embrace the new chapter of her life. But she quickly realized that the excitement of city life was only one side of the coin. The other side was the reality of hostel life, of living with strangers, of navigating the complexities of friendships and personal space, and learning how to juggle academics, personal growth, and relationships. Anna had signed up for one of the most well-known girls' hostels on campus, a sprawling building that housed nearly 100 women from all walks of life. From all over the country, and even from around the globe, young women lived under one roof, each with dreams, fears, and ambitions. The hostel was a mix of individuals who had come together with one common goal: to get an education. But beyond that, it was a space of growth, a place where these women discovered who they were and who they could become. The first day in the hostel was overwhelming. Anna was given a small room with a single bed, a desk, and a wardrobe. It wasn't much, but it was hers, and that was all that mattered. The room was shared with two other girls, Emily and Sarah. Emily was from Texas, with a bubbly personality and an ever-present smile. Sarah, on the other hand, was more reserved, a shy girl from Massachusetts who loved reading and would often retreat into the quiet corners of the hostel. Anna quickly realized that the hostel wasn't just a place to sleep and study. It was a world of its own, filled with its own rhythm. The kitchen was always bustling with the sounds of laughter, clinking dishes, and the smells of instant noodles or homemade treats. The common room was where the magic happened: late-night study sessions, movie marathons, and deep conversations about life, dreams, and fears. But as the days went by, Anna began to see the struggles of hostel life. Sharing space with strangers wasn't always easy. The occasional argument over the bathroom schedule, the constant noise, and the lack of privacy were just some of the things that started to weigh on her. But it was in these moments of discomfort that Anna learned something crucial: how to coexist with others, how to respect boundaries, and how to communicate her needs effectively. One evening, after a long day of classes, Anna returned to the hostel, exhausted but determined to get some work done. She found Sarah in the common room, surrounded by a pile of books. "Hey, want to study together?" Anna asked, hoping for some company. Sarah smiled and nodded, and they settled down on the couch. As they worked through their assignments, they talked about their lives. Anna learned that Sarah's quiet nature came from the pressure of growing up in a family that expected perfection. She had moved to New York to escape the suffocating expectations of her parents, hoping to find herself in the city that never slept. The conversation felt comforting to Anna, who had her own share of worries and doubts. She realized that the hostel wasn't just a place for academic growth. It was a place for emotional and personal development as well. She found solace in the fact that her roommates and hostel mates were also figuring things out, just like her. Over the next few weeks, Anna started to find her rhythm. The hostel, which once felt overwhelming, became her second home. She learned to deal with the little irritations, like the loud music played by her roommates late at night, and made compromises to keep the peace. She began to appreciate the diversity of the women she lived with. There was Priya, an international student from India, who brought traditional snacks and shared stories of her family back home. There was Keisha, a volleyball player from Chicago, who was always full of energy and motivation. And then there was Maya, a philosophy major from California, who often engaged Anna in deep discussions about life and the world. Anna's perspective on hostel life began to shift. It was no longer just a place where she had to adjust. It was a community, a microcosm of the outside world. And just like the outside world, it had its challenges, but it also had its beauty. The first big test of hostel life came during midterms. The pressure was immense. Anna had never felt so stressed in her life. The long nights of studying, the constant anxiety of wanting to do well, and the fear of failure weighed heavily on her. She began to distance herself from her friends, burying herself in her textbooks. But Emily noticed her struggle. One evening, she knocked on Anna's door with a box of chocolate chip cookies and a warm smile. "Hey, you're burning yourself out. Come take a break," Emily said. Anna was hesitant, but she knew Emily